Flight attendants deal with difficult passengers every single day, but there's one simple gesture that transforms them from professional service providers into your personal advocates. Most first-time flyers make crucial etiquette mistakes that annoy crew members without realizing it. But here's what experienced travelers discovered. Small acts of courtesy create a completely different flying experience. Flight attendants remember considerate passengers and go out of their way to make their flights better. We're counting down 15 things flight attendants secretly love about passengers. And number 1 is so powerful it can upgrade your entire travel experience. Stay until the end because the final behavior creates loyalty that lasts throughout your journey and beyond. 15. The prepared boarder. Smooth boarding process. Flight attendants appreciate passengers who board efficiently without creating chaos. We really appreciate passengers who are prepared and careful when boarding the aircraft, including stowing their bags properly, says flight attendant Erica. This means having your boarding pass ready, knowing your seat number, and moving through the aisle purposefully. Don't stop in the middle of the aisle to organize belongings or have conversations that block other passengers. The psychology behind this appreciation is simple. Smooth boarding reduces stress for everyone aboard. Flight attendants can focus on safety checks instead of managing boarding bottlenecks caused by unprepared passengers. What they love. Boarding pass. Visible. Carry-on ready to stow quickly, moving efficiently to your seat without blocking aisles. But efficient boarding is just the beginning of earning flight attendant appreciation. 14. The genuine greeter. Acknowledging their humanity. If we are greeting at the door, we notice if we are acknowledged by a smile or a returned hello, says flight attendant Irizarry. Flight attendants greet hundreds of passengers daily, and most ignore them completely. A simple good morning or smile when boarding shows you recognize flight attendants as people, not invisible service robots. This basic courtesy sets a positive tone for your entire interaction. The emotional impact runs deeper than politeness. Flight attendants often feel dehumanized by passengers who treat them like vending machines. Your acknowledgement reminds them they're appreciated professionals. Simple courtesy. Make eye contact, return their greeting, offer a genuine smile when boarding. But greetings pale compared to this next behavior that shows real respect. 13. The safety listener. Respecting their primary role. Flight attendants love passengers who pay attention during safety demonstrations, even frequent flyers who've heard it countless times. This shows respect for their primary responsibility, keeping you alive during emergencies. Every aircraft has different safety features, exit locations, and emergency procedures. Flight attendants notice passengers who remove headphones, look up from devices, and actually listen during briefings. Your attention validates their expertise and preparation. They've trained extensively for emergency situations, and your engagement shows you understand their qualifications go far beyond serving drinks. Professional respect. Remove headphones during safety briefings, maintain eye contact, ask questions if genuinely confused about safety procedures. 12. The galley respecter. Understanding workspace boundaries. Flight attendants appreciate passengers who don't congregate in galleys while waiting for bathrooms. Galleys are professional workspaces containing hot equipment, sharp objects, and emergency supplies. When you wait at your seat instead of crowding their workspace, you show understanding that galleys aren't social areas. This allows them to work efficiently and safely without navigating around chatting passengers. The respect shown for their workspace indicates you understand they're professionals with specific duties, not entertainment hostesses available for casual conversation while working. Workspace courtesy. Wait at your seat for bathroom availability. Avoid lingering in galley areas. Respect their need to access equipment and supplies. But respecting workspace is nothing compared to this next appreciation. 11. The patient partner. Understanding service limitations. Flight attendants love passengers who understand they can't upgrade seats, change airline policies, or perform miracles with sold-out flights. Directing requests appropriately shows you understand their actual authority. When you accept "I can't help with upgrades, but gate agents can" without argument, you demonstrate realistic expectations. This prevents awkward situations where they must repeatedly explain limitations. Your understanding reduces their stress by eliminating impossible requests and angry reactions to policies they don't control. Realistic expectations. ask gate agents about upgrades, understand policy limitations, accept what flight attendants can and cannot change. The next behavior shows incredible thoughtfulness. 10. The headphone remover. Making service effortless. Flight attendants appreciate passengers who remove headphones during service without being asked. This simple courtesy makes their job dramatically easier and prevents communication frustration. When you proactively prepare for service interactions, you eliminate the need for repeated attempts to get your attention. This speeds service for everyone and reduces their workload. The consideration shown indicates you're thinking about their experience, not just your own entertainment needs. Service courtesy, remove headphones when crew approaches, pause entertainment during interactions, make eye contact to show availability. But making service easier pales compared to this next appreciation. 9. The hygiene hero. Maintaining basic standards. Flight attendants silently appreciate passengers who maintain basic hygiene and keep shoes on throughout flights. This shows respect for shared space and other passengers' comfort. When you avoid removing socks, walking barefoot to bathrooms, or creating strong odors, you demonstrate consideration that flight attendants notice and value. Your hygiene awareness reduces their discomfort and complaint management from other passengers affected by poor hygiene choices. Basic respect. Keep shoes on, maintain personal cleanliness, avoid activities that create unpleasant odors in confined spaces. Here's where most people forget that hitting subscribe helps other first-time flyers learn these etiquette secrets. That simple click shares this knowledge with travelers who want to create positive experiences. But personal hygiene is just the beginning of what really impresses flight attendants. 8. The call button conservative. Using emergency systems properly. Flight attendants love passengers who use call buttons only for genuine needs, not convenience requests or impatience. This shows understanding that call buttons indicate potential emergencies. When you wait for regular service rounds instead of summoning crew for non-urgent requests, you demonstrate respect for their time management and other passengers' needs. Your restraint prevents boy-who-cried-wolf situations where real emergencies might be delayed because of frivolous button abuse. Proper usage. Reserve call buttons for actual emergencies or urgent medical needs. Wait for service rounds for routine requests. The next behavior shows you understand flight dynamics. 7. The turbulence complier. Following safety commands. Immediately, flight attendants deeply appreciate passengers who immediately comply with seatbelt signs during turbulence without argument or delay. This shows trust in their safety judgment and professional expertise. When you sit down immediately upon announcement, you eliminate their worry about your safety and liability concerns about passengers becoming dangerous projectiles. Your compliance allows them to secure the cabin quickly and focus on other safety responsibilities instead of arguing with non-compliant passengers. Safety partnership. Sit immediately when announced, secure belongings quickly, trust their turbulence assessment without argument. But safety compliance is expected behavior. The next level of appreciation requires more. 6. The tray table cleaner. Showing environmental respect. Flight attendants notice passengers who wipe down tray tables and clean up after themselves without being asked. This shows consideration for the next passenger and respect for shared spaces. When you leave your area cleaner than you found it, you reduce their cleaning workload and demonstrate understanding that aircraft are shared environments requiring mutual care. Your cleanliness consideration indicates maturity and social awareness that flight attendants remember positively. Environmental courtesy. Wipe spills immediately, dispose of trash properly, leave your area clean for the next passenger. The next behavior shows real emotional intelligence. 5. The empathy expert. Understanding their stress. Flight attendants appreciate passengers who show empathy during delays, cancellations, or difficult situations. They love when you understand they don't control weather, mechanical issues, or corporate policies.
I know this isn't your fault.
Your empathy reduces their emotional stress during already challenging situations where they must manage angry passengers about circumstances beyond their control. Emotional support. Acknowledge their limited control over problems. Avoid blaming them for airline issues. Show understanding during difficult situations. But empathy during problems is reactive. This next behavior is proactive appreciation. 4. The genuine thanker. Expressing real gratitude. Flight attendants love passengers who express genuine gratitude for their service, especially during deplaning when they're saying goodbye. A sincere thank you makes their demanding job feel worthwhile. When you specifically thank them for safety, service, or professionalism, you validate their training and efforts. This personal acknowledgement stands out among passengers who leave without recognition. Your gratitude provides emotional fuel that helps them maintain positive attitudes through long days of demanding passengers. Gratitude expression. Thank them during deplaning. Mention specific services you appreciated. Acknowledge their professionalism and safety focus. The next behavior takes appreciation to an entirely different level. 3. The thoughtful gifter. Small tokens of appreciation. Gifts aren't necessary, but it's the kind thought that counts, says Betty Thesky, a flight attendant for a major U.S. airline. Small, practical gifts like a luggage tag, lip balm, a cute airplane pin, or even an individually wrapped sweet treat show appreciation.
We don't expect our passengers to give us anything. However, it is always appreciated, and it is true. We will go back and see you and thank you as many times as we can, confirms another flight attendant.
Your thoughtfulness demonstrates planning and consideration that goes beyond the normal passenger-crew relationship. This creates positive memories that last throughout their careers. Thoughtful gestures, small snacks for the crew, handwritten thank you notes, travel-sized items they can actually use. But even gifts can't compare to this next behavior. 2. The crew defender, supporting them publicly. Flight attendants love passengers who support them when dealing with difficult or abusive passengers. When you validate their authority or show solidarity during conflicts, you become their ally. Your public support gives them confidence to enforce rules and maintain order. Other passengers notice when someone backs up crew authority, often changing the dynamic of tense situations. This behavior shows courage and integrity that flight attendants remember and appreciate long after the flight ends. Crew support, validate their authority during conflicts, support their rule enforcement, show solidarity when other passengers become abusive. Now for the behavior that creates lifetime loyalty. 1. The professional partner, treating them as safety experts. The ultimate behavior flight attendants love is when passengers treat them as the trained safety professionals they are, not as waitresses in the sky. This means asking genuine safety questions, trusting their expertise, and understanding their primary role. When you acknowledge their extensive emergency training, trust their safety decisions, and treat them as aviation professionals, you show the highest level of respect for their career and expertise. Good behavior and aircraft etiquette could make flight attendants feel more motivated to be generous and ensure you have an amazing experience. This professional respect creates advocacy that can transform your entire travel experience. Flight attendants remember passengers who see beyond the service role to appreciate their professional training, emergency preparedness, and safety expertise. This creates relationships that benefit you throughout your journey. Professional recognition. Ask about their training and experience. Trust their safety expertise. Acknowledge their professional qualifications beyond service duties. Conclusion. Creating flight attendant allies. These behaviors aren't about manipulation or special treatment. They're about recognizing flight attendants as skilled professionals, deserving basic human courtesy and professional respect. The transformation in your flying experience comes from understanding that flight attendants are safety experts, not servants. When you treat them professionally, they respond with genuine care and attention that makes flying more pleasant for everyone. Every behavior on this list costs nothing but creates positive experiences that compound throughout your journey. Flight attendants have long memories for passengers who show genuine courtesy and respect. At the end of the day, it all comes down to the golden rule. Be kind and thoughtful, to crew members and fellow passengers alike. Even small gestures go a long way. Type respectful flyer in the comments if this changed your approach to interacting with flight attendants. That tells us you understand the value of treating aviation professionals with the respect they deserve. Flight attendants work in challenging conditions while maintaining responsibility for passenger safety. Your courtesy and respect make their demanding jobs more rewarding and your travel experience more positive. Subscribe for more travel etiquette insights that help you become the passenger that flight attendants remember fondly and go out of their way to help.